Hello, and welcome to episode number 1 of Testing with Ruby. Today we will talk about using Capybara in IRB, which stands for Interactive Ruby Shell. Now, IRB is basically an interactive computer programming environment, and when using IRB, it allows the user to basically execute Ruby programming commands with an immediate response. So it allows us to experiment with Ruby. IRB can be accessed from the command line or the terminal. And in this case on the Mac, we can access it via the terminal application. So to launch IRB, all you have to do is simply type IRB, and this will start an IRB session. Now to get Capybara and Selenium working, we have to type a few other commands. First is we will require the Capybara DSL, the domain-specific language, and this command will basically run the contents of another library or file, and in this case it'll run the Capybara DSL library for us. But we still need to do another thing to use Capybara. We need to include Capybara as well. So this command, include Capybara DSL, will take all the methods from Capybara and include them into our current session, into our current IRB session, so we can actually use them. When we include the Capybara DSL, you might see this warning that says that including the Capybara DSL in the global scope is not recommended. In this case, since we're just doing a demo, we can go ahead and ignore this warning. We'd be more concerned about this warning if we were building an actual testing framework, but since we were just demoing in an IRB session, it's okay for now. Now, if you're building a framework and have come across this warning, you can check out a blog post on my blog on how to fix this problem. It's a very simple fix, and I'll link the blog post in the comments and show notes. One other step that we have to do is we have to tell Capybara to make our driver, the default driver, equal to Selenium. So we will use Selenium as our driver. Now we can execute all the different Capybara commands right here in this IRB session. We're ready to go. And this is really useful for when you have to debug a test script and don't want to run or load an entire test. So, just to kind of give some examples of some Capybara commands for our demo, we can now visit a web page. So we can do visit, Google, for example, and this will pull up the Google web page. Let's actually visit another site, NFL.com, to show you the browser in action. If you type in page, this will tell us that this is a current Capybara session that we're in. If we type page.title, this will return the current page's title. This wraps up the episode of using Capybara and Selenium in an IRB session. I hope this episode was of benefit. If you have any suggestions or questions, please leave a comment below or email info@testingwithruby.com. And don't forget to like and subscribe our channel. Thanks for watching.